Day 15, how are you doing? I've slowed down to one letter a day, I think, for these capital letters because I bet you're having more schoolwork to do at home these days if you're anything like my children. But I still think it's important to practice your handwriting every day. 15 minutes is enough. If you want to do more, you'll get better faster if you take your time to stop and look and figure out what you're doing good and then how you can fix other things. Today we're going to do the capital O. The capital O is a down curve and an under curve, and then you do a curve right. It's kind of like our check stroke, except for it's bigger and it's at the top. So remember, our ellipse, everything is set on an ellipse. When you're learning calligraphy, you do this thing called warm-ups, and you usually do it with a pencil so you can learn to be very light. But what you do is you do an ellipse and an ellipse and an ellipse and an ellipse, and you practice getting faster and faster and faster, but staying pretty consistent in your spacing. I'm not very good at this because I don't practice it every day because pointed pen is not my main type of calligraphy I do. But you will see grown up people doing ellipse, 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 lines and lines of this to warm up their hand. And you could try it. It might be fun. There are people who will set a timer and see how many they can do and then look at it to make sure they're all ellipses and closer together. But if you're not going to be a professional calligrapher, you might not need to do that, but it's a fun thing to try, and it makes a cool texture. So the O is a down curve. Remember, we start at the top and go down for our down curve, then an under curve, and then a loop and curve right. Now, this isn't going to connect to the next letter like our A did. Remember? Our A connected. Our O's don't connect. But we put that there so that our hand is always moving in the direction of our writing. There's some names and places you could practice. Oxford, Aussie, Oscar. How about Oregon? How about Oz? So now you know capital A and capital O. The O doesn't connect to the next letter. It just is. Write a sentence that starts with O. Happy handwriting.